I watched that fucking movie twice.
Dude, I'm telling you.
I didn't like it very much.
I feel like I gotta make a parody of that song.
Very okay.
About, thank you.
Very
You're
okay.
welcome. And it's about so you're welcome.
Jesus Christ.
That'd be hilarious.
That's almost as
All right.
good as I love you.
Fuego, get it going. I'm gonna take care of some business.
You do your thing. Hi guys, we are live already, I presume. I am Hackett and Fuego. Welcome to the horror show.
I'm back in
I'm Chris Payne.
And I'm Mahalo.
And we are here to be chillaxing.
Just
Cecil will be
explain who
joining-
you are and what we're gonna be doing and all that shit.
Yeah, Cecil, you can probably hear him off camera. He is making his mosey and way over.
Show running, bitch.
Oh, wow. Right in the face. Right in the face. Out of my face. We're going to be basically doing a Q&A. Myself and the band that I'm so happy to be a part of, Chiron, which you can check out at facebook.com/ChironBandAZ. We have our debut single, which is going to be a lyric video going up very soon on the channel here. Professionally recorded. We actually went and spent some money because the band's an investment, I guess.
You gotta spend money to make money.
You gotta pay to play, bro.
Yeah, that's the damn straight.
Pay to pray, bro. We just did a podcast today, and we also have a monthly show called Crossing the Streams on the first Monday of every month, where we talk something metal and horror. Crossing the streams, crossing the streams. You know what I was thinking? Is how we need to write a little 30-second thing called Crossing the Streams for the show.
It's like total Ghostbusters reference, right? Like, why not? Yeah. It all starts out like, it's in the toaster. It's in the fucking toaster.
And the last words just have to be Joe cross the street.
Right? And then we do it anyway because
you never cross
fucking rebels.
Or something like that.
And here we are crossing the street.
I know. So, yes, Cecil will be joining, but this is more so a Q&A about, maybe ask us about what sorts of metal you like, what sorts of horror we potentially like. I mean, if there's other genres of music besides, hey, conditioner is better.
Yeah, I mean, no matter how shallow or how deep,
yes,
we are going in us.
We don't just listen to metal though. So, do you want to peer more into like some of our favorite bands? Or,
I mean, me and Fuego, we connect on the Used. We love shit like the Used. I mean,
which
I love
some
MCR.
metal
MCR is
aspects.
awesome.
No, My Chemical Romance, rest peacefully. I love that band, man.
Yep.
How about we talk about just at least until he's around to monitor potential comments and stuff. Maybe some of our influences musically, like that. Personally, kind of thing. I'll start with you. Mahalo, Mr. Onak.
You stole his mom.
Yeah, you stole it. I don't know.
Because I call him Onak. I was forgetting all the time.
Military situation. So, like, a huge influence on me, I would say Kill Switch, but it's Adam D, realistically, inside of Kill Switch is the hugest influence.
Emphasis on the D.
On the D.
And he capitalizes it. It's a big D.
You know what? I had a little moment with Adam D one time. He was playing the show at the Marquee, right? And there was
Is that when you offered to shave your ass?
No, that never happened, but that would be amazing. I would let you do that.
Or was that Ronnie? You offered to shave Ronnie's ass? Somebody's ass was getting shaved by Adam D.
Holy schnucks, really?
Not me, but I'm down, Adam.
It was Howard. It was
Anyways, so I kept crowd surfing up to the front, and I kept flipping him off every time the security guard grabbed me and pulled me away because I crowd surfed, and he kept flipping him off. And near like the end, I think it was they were playing This Fire Burns, and near the end, I flipped him off, and he looks at me, he's just chugging, he goes,
That's a very punk rock thing. Lots of punk bands, you flip them off and they flip you off, and it's like an acknowledgement. Kind of like, fuck you, well, fuck you.
I was at the Rialto Theater in Tucson, and Trivia was playing, and I kind of had like this whole like, Trivia, man. I didn't like their new album. I was being a douche. It's my fault. I
don't like much in Shogun. I didn't like Shogun.
Me neither. But then they started playing a song that I love, which is Dying in Your Arms. So when they started playing that song, I kind of like was singing along, and Matt Heafy saw me and goes, Azzy, oh, you fucking
I finally got you, bro.
Yeah, man, I got a little tidbit. I remember I saw Shadows Fall at the Cricket Pavilion, or whatever
Dreads
it's called nowadays.
Brian
I got to touch that motherfucker's dreadlocks, man. I feel pretty
How does your
about
hand
it.
smell?
Oh, it was, I don't know. I didn't touch it at all. I like
held
held the microphone as he stood up on the cage, and then he, obviously he needed the microphone. So I let it go, and I like drug my hand down his fucking dread.
You stroked that?
Yeah, dude.
It
was worth it, man. Shadows Fall.
That's like,
it was awesome. It was awesome.
Yeah, that's what happened.
I love Shadows Fall.
What you got? You got a good moment?
Oh man, best moments for me was probably Ozfest 2005, the 10-year anniversary, because it was the best metal show I've ever been to. It was all of these up and comers like Shadows Fall who were there. In Flames was there. The Haunted was there. Arch Enemy was there. So much of the Swedish shit that basically changed my perspective about the kind of music that I wanted to play.
Do you like space chocolate?
Yeah, I'm not a chocolate guy.
What the fuck?
I don't like chocolate. Yeah,
He loves everything.
I like white chocolate.
I bet you
Hey,
do.
hey,
I bet you do.
I got it.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. The Irishmen unite. But so I mean, there was also Iron Maiden and Black Sabbath headlining that shit. I believe Black Label Society was there. It was just the most ridiculously stacked lineup of bands for a metal tour I'd ever seen.
Dude, I'll give it up to Zach Wild, man. That guy can solo anything he wants and still sing on rhythm. It may not be like the best vocal, but that guy can still sing.
Dude, I follow that guy on
I love the early
Facebook.
yellow shit.
I love
But they're
how much
pretty
he
badass.
shreds all
Yeah.
day.
Dude,
Every day it's
Stronger
like a
Than
different
Death
video.
and Sonic Brew, their first two records,
Thank you, Zach.
are amazing.
Yeah, right? Like, I follow that guy now. Like, he's hilarious.
Society,
Alright.
Society
Hello,
dwelling
Cecil. How you
motherfucker.
doing?
Hi, guys.
an invasion.
I'm here too.
He's like-
all right, so let me give some shout outs. Mark Pearson is here.
Hey,
Tony Robinson is here.
Oh,
What up, Robinson?
Agent White Guy is here.
Cool, man.
Agent White
He
Chalk.
says about to watch Jeepers Creepers 3, so I'm sorry about that.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Alright, I haven't seen it yet, and I love the creeper, and I'm very
It's
disappointed.
horrible. Mark Pearson says, I love the Killers. Okay.
I actually just saw the Killers on Saturday night, and I,
What was
a
that, the last
hetero
night
man
festival?
crush. If I have a hetero man crush, I mean, there's a few, but Brandon Flowers is one of them.
For sure,
Dude,
man.
he's fucking awesome. Yeah, not
Holly.
at all.
Holly is here. She says, hi, horror fans.
Hello.
What up, Holly?
Hi, horror fanny.
Tony asks, Fuego, do you know the band Phantogram? They're awesome.
They're like kind of dancey, electro-y kind of thing. They're actually Jacoby Hauser, the guy you've seen on Infuegotainment a few times, a friend of mine from high school. They're like one of his favorite bands.
Jacobu?
Nice.
Jacobo, yeah.
Jacobo.
He fucking loves Phantogram, dude. He's all
What
about
up,
that shit.
Jacobu?
Play CVR. Hey, bro, what up?
What
What
up?
Dom?
You gotta tell me what CBR is.
Dude,
I won't play it until you tell me.
Well, it's Play C dash or space VR. So.
Yeah.
Virtual
Dom
Virtual
says,
reality.
hey, hi guys.
Hi, guys.
What up,
Corvo AZ is here, or Corvo at AZ is here.
Nice.
He's a man. He's a man.
Yeah, ASL.
No,
And then
God, that's old.
Corvo actually asks, should I watch Slasher on Netflix? Marsha and I reviewed the first season of Slasher on this very show on a podcast earlier on. If you want to know, you can check it out.
Yeah, if you guys want to ask horror questions too, it doesn't have to be all music based. This is like a free forum, almost like a
Ask away.
and then AMA with Chiron is what this basically is.
Exactly. This is a Chiron Ask Anything.
Yeah.
Holly asks, which one of you is the dad to be? Congrats.
Oh, well,
Dad
I
to
would say
None of us actually.
they're the most recent dads.
Yeah, we're the most recent dads for sure.
Yeah,
I
so
don't
they're
know
the
about
ones
dads.
with kids. We're the ones that are single with donuts.
So they could totally be the dads to be if you play your cards right.
Yeah,
That's right.
Exactly.
I like looking.
Corvo says, I'll check out that podcast then. Yeah, I need to watch the second season of Slash, though, Corvo. I will watch or at least I'll start the second season. If it's more interesting than the first, I'll continue it. But the gore is what got me in the first one.
What network is it on?
Netflix.
Oh, it's
Oh,
Netflix.
really?
Oh, okay.
It's
Netflix.
a Canadian
Slash.
show that was put on Netflix.
Slasher, Canadians on Netflix.
Fucking love that.
It actually is really, the opening scene is amazing and hugely good for gore
That's
horror
what you told me,
fans.
and then-
You know, based off of a few of your guys' podcasts when you're talking about this, like the Netflix or anything else, I'm like 4th season Penny Dreadful now because of that. So thank you guys. That's
That's a
actually a
good
pretty
show.
epic show. And I was like, for the longest time, I was like, where the fuck is Josh
Wait,
Hartnett?
so you
Now
must
I
be
know.
the 3rd season, actually.
Yeah, third season.
Have you finished it yet?
I'm at the tail end.
Mm.
Why is that? Why don't make that face? What's that face?
Enjoy it.
Yeah.
Enjoy it while it lasts.
Yeah, the show is
That's it.
it's continuing in the comic.
Oh,
book
really?
form.
That's it.
They pull My Name is Earl.
The series
Yeah.
ends.
Eva Green.
Yeah,
though.
3rd season. Yeah. Oh,
Woo.
you
Third
know what?
season
Third
ends
season.
the series.
Oh.
So you
Yeah.
have however much you have left is however much you have left.
Yeah, the
I
show
think I only
got
have 2
canceled.
episodes left.
Then that's
yeah,
it.
the show got canceled.
No.
That's it.
You know, they did the same thing. I don't know if you guys ever watched that show Evolution. It sounds like it'd be about aliens tonight, but it's not. It's about there's no more electricity, blah blah blah, whatever.
Mhm.
They did 2 seasons and they just fell off, and I was so hooked. I'm like, what happened?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I mean,
so keep that in mind. There is, I mean,
man.
you're gonna see what happens, and you'll be like, what the fuck? Like that's what happens in the series finale happens, and you're just like, what the fuck? How are they gonna do a show? Oh, they're not. Oh, okay.
Oh, man.
Just wait. It's.
I'm so hooked.
I know.
Like
It's
just
so
seeing
good.
Josh
Dude.
Hartnett work, I don't know why.
Seeing him back, like he came
But
back.
as
he's
that,
awesome, dude. Yeah.
like,
He's the werewolf of the show.
Yeah, that's why I'm like.
Yeah.
I'm
Well, it's
so
such a good
good.
show. It's a
Particular on
Victorian
werewolves.
show. They bring
Very
in.
good.
There's Frankenstein, and then finally in the
Backstory.
3rd season, Dracula.
Yeah.
Like, thank God. Like you're hoping the whole time they're talking about this great horrible master in the first 2 seasons that you don't even see, and then in the 3rd
Master,
season you
they
find out it's
Buffy that
Dracula.
shit right there.
Like, oh, it's so fucking cool,
I
dude.
love the first season of Buffy.
Oh, I
And then
love all
who
of
else?
Buffy.
There's Frankenstein, Victor Frankenstein. There's Dorian Gray.
Yes.
The Dorian Gray of it all is really there. You know the Dorian Gray
He's a
story.
very
Oh, yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, that
His
shit's
pictures
awesome.
is
He
powerful.
literally can get mortally wounded, and it doesn't matter. And
Mhm.
but they show the paint. Like, oh no, they never actually show the painting, do they?
Mhm.
They only show people
not as far as I've
reacting to
gotten
the
so
painting.
far,
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't. Yeah, it's just people like.
Spoilers.
Oh
Yeah,
God!
lots
And
of
it's like
spoilers,
they
yeah.
never actually show how bad or all the wounds that he sustained over the
And
years. But it's really cool.
He was a very, I mean, as far as I've gotten so far in the series, he's a very interesting.
And the
character.
Bride of Frankenstein,
Yes.
she turned out to be badass too.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
What is her name? Bruna?
Brona?
That's yeah.
That one.
Brona.
Brona, yeah, something like that. Yeah.
That's just a really good show. I like how it's all
Awesome.
intertwining. Oh man,
I need to watch it. I mean,
It's,
especially
you would
hearing
love it.
the
You would
first.
absolutely
I
love
watched
it.
a
Yeah.
few episodes of the first season with B, you know,
Yes.
and yeah, I just never.
Have you guys ever watched Hannibal yet?
No,
I
so
haven't
thanks.
watched Hannibal.
So far right now, what I'm plotting is like I'm gonna finish Penny Dreadful,
Mhm.
and then I'm gonna go into The Exorcist. Because it's talking really big about
That's
that.
really great.
Yeah, and then I was gonna go into you just said it.
Hannibal.
Hannibal, yeah.
Hannibal is 4 seasons, 3 or 4 seasons of the best horror TV I've ever seen.
They're still trying to bring it back to.
Oh my God, the gore they got away with on an NBC show is unbelievable. Like, there's literally blood angels where people are strung up and their back skin is flayed up and pulled up to make it look like angel wings. There's a
That's
whole
horrible.
thing in a museum where a dude's body has been melded with these old like saber-toothed tiger things, so it's like a saber-toothed human kind of tapestry.
Wow.
It's so fucking crazy what they got away with on that show, man.
Brian
So
Fuller, right?
amazing. Yeah, Brian Fuller, yeah. Oh, it's the best.
You're
It's
talking
so
about
good.
Shocker. I was recently watching.
Shocker's great.
Wes Craven, the movie.
I was recently watching Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Oh.
And I totally forgot about the werewolf rape scene in that.
Yeah, that's a weird one.
That's a
Yeah.
weird because one I've never known
It's
Dracula to be able to
it is-
shapeshift into a werewolf.
Yeah, once
And I remember watching that as a kid, but I guess I just did not pay enough freaking attention to it.
I did not like that movie.
Because as an adult watching it, I was
I
like,
enjoyed
this is the
Real
weirdest
talk, I
damn
don't
thing.
like that movie.
Is that the one with John Malkovich and or am I thinking of a different?
No,
one?
it's
Yeah.
Keanu and Anthony
Okay.
Hopkins.
I
Yeah.
forgot how many
And then
people
also,
are in that.
Oh, I'm
big
thinking
stars.
when they did that.
Also,
when they
you
did
can
the
play
remake of
Dracula.
And then right after that, I
Gary
watched
Oldman,
Mary
yeah.
Shelley's Frankenstein. I forget how many big stars were in that one.
Fucking
Robert
De
De
Niro.
Niro.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
De
It
Niro.
was okay. Yeah.
Mary Shelley's Frankenstein was not that
Ro-
great.
I,
It was still the best version of it up till that point. in
I-
my opinion.
I
I've never,
agree.
but again, I've never seen the Universal.
Bride of Frankenstein's good. The original Frankenstein's
I really hope the
I'm gonna
MonsterVerse
remake
that
that.
Universal is.
Oh
trying
no,
to
they
do.
put a whole
Best
thing-
Frankenstein movie ever, hands
Oh.
down. John Frankenstein.
Thank you.
That could
Right,
have been
something
something, right?
great.
Never seen it.
That could have
You
been
never
something
seen Young
great.
Frankenstein? Gene
It's a good
Wilder?
one.
No, those knockers.
That's on your to-do list.
Is it a
Okay,
horror
those are
movie?
lovely
No,
movies.
it's
Mel
Brooks.
Brooks.
It's a
Yeah,
comedy.
it's Mel Brooks.
I mean, could I get away with it with some of the stuff we've covered
Yes.
on the
Oh
channel?
yeah.
I should watch it. I should do.
Have you
I
guys
should
seen Young
honestly what I
Frankenstein?
should do.
So good.
I should start a series where it's like Cecil finally watches the old shit. Like where I
Yeah,
just
like
Cecil
that
started
girl
to watch
That's,
it.
like
someone
that.
so
Yeah,
good.
yeah, like Cecil's never seen almost. Yeah, yeah. Shout out to Tamra. I love Tamra's never seen from the channel Awesome People. But yeah, no, I've never watched any of the old. I've never seen a Hitchcock movie outside of The Birds.
What?
Wow.
Never even seen Psycho.
Rear Window, man.
So
Never
what
seen
got, what got
Never
you
seen
into
it.
horror then? Because that's like
It's
everybody's gateway
the
on.
80s.
Oh,
I've
okay,
always
yeah,
said I'm a
yeah.
new classics guy. Give me
Yeah,
Top
yeah,
Gun.
okay.
Fair
Give me
enough,
Coming
fair
to
enough.
America.
Yeah,
Give
fair
me
enough.
fucking Freddy, Jason, Michael Myers. Like,
Okay.
I don't need
Joe
anything
versus
more
the
than that.
volcano.
And if I go further back than that, I get bored. I do. It's boring. I get that it's what these guys built upon, but I don't need to see that now because I've already seen the better versions of it.
I get it. It's like watching Godzilla in 1954 and then watching Godzilla in 2000.
It's like, okay,
it's like,
or like watching.
sure, but I don't like it nearly as like. I will take the '96 Godzilla over the original.
Well, that 96 is really OP though. He was.
I know that hurts. Oh, that's a proper reaction. You represent the viewers right now, Chris.
Hey, Cecil, I'm with you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, also like
They actually made him fight the
It's
actual
Gojira, you morons.
it's like comparing for me the '80s blob to the '50s blob, or the the '80s thing to the '50s thing, or the Fly, or whatever. I mean.
Yeah.
Those initial
Wasn't Jeff
incarnations
Goldblum in the
had their
film?
own merit.
Yeah.
And they were cool.
Yeah, it was.
That was Cronenberg.
Didn't they also
That shit is
redo the
nasty.
thing like in the 2000s?
It was a prequel.
There's a prequel.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it was so good
I
too.
didn't like it.
No, people hated it.
don't like
People
that movie.
really dislike that movie.
I
But I loved it.
them.
I'm really.
People say it's too much digital tentacles and stuff like that, but it did such a good job of filling in the gaps from the first movie.
That's
I liked
the
the
funny
story,
thing.
but I hated the effects.
It ends with the dog running off being
Yeah.
chased by the person with the
The-
gun
the
that the
podcast
original
starts
starts with.
The podcast you guys did a few weeks ago when you guys were doing the podcast about the movie It, and Marshall was just like, nope.
So
you guys are notorious.
everybody.
Everything that you said, like, no, I
Go
think
down
that
the
it did
opening.
this, and they made it more of a monster movie as opposed to just being about Pennywise, about the monster element of it. And then I got the I got the Cody at home.
Sure.
So
Sure.
and it's not quite in
I do
HD
too.
yet,
Mine
so I'm
does
watching it.
that,
I'm
but
trying to
I
watch
do
it.
as well.
And,
I barely use
but dude, yeah, hands down, yeah, you're right. Well, the monster element of it, that's the best
Oh yeah.
one. Yeah, it
I
makes
mean,
it
that's the
change.
point. That's what's.
And I've been deathly afraid
That's
of
am I
clowns since
wrong,
it.
or is that not what Stephen King was trying to get across? That it was a thing trying to act like a human to lure kids, but it's really something else.
Well, yeah, it's an interdimensional traveling entity of immense evil.
So which It movie evoked that more?
Well, technically, I
I
would
felt
say.
like they both did it very well. They just
Nah,
didn't.
come
They
on.
had just because in the source material,
I call
it was written in the 80s
Right,
and
right,
it
right.
took place in the 50s, and so the stuff that manifested for these kids was 50s monsters,
Right.
werewolves, and
So okay,
honestly,
follow-up
I
then.
think it's
Do you
just a
think they
soft spot
should have
for Tim
done
Curry.
what they were thinking about doing?
had Freddy
Have
Krueger
Freddy
in there.
Krueger
New
appear,
Line
have
Cinema
the
released.
80s,
I think so. That
have
was
those things appear, because
That's
that's
a
what
whole
was
nother
scary kids in the
licensing
80s.
situation.
I know,
That
but
was
assuming in a perfect world they could have done it, would that have been the
You're right,
better
though.
way to
That
go?
would have been.
I
got two.
I actually disagree.
Really?
I think it would have pulled us out of the movie too much.
Yeah,
I think
that's why I
showing
was
that the
worried
movie was
that
on
we-
in the background. What was it, Nightmare 5 or something
it
like
was
that?
a little too meta, you know.
I liked that.
That
I
you
liked
liked,
the
okay.
fact that was fine because it was like, oh, it was then. I remember going.
Well, and they also
I remember
were
going to
showing,
see that,
you know,
but I
Batman
thought if it had been
screaming.
Freddy, it would have been more about the cameos than the movie they were being portrayed.
Itself.
in.
Look,
That's-
here's
and
where
I
I
guess
stand on both of the versions of it, right? So it doesn't really come down to the filmography much as it comes down to Tim Curry or.
That's
the
what I'm
new
saying.
It. And that's really what it comes down to. I think.
I think the new exterior.
I do too, but it comes down to Tim Curry's his illustriousness as an actor. And
It's
he
just
has
Tim Curry.
he has such a cult following that I think that people hold on to that so much that when something new comes along portraying something else like that,
give it up.
they don't want to give it up. It'd be like if
Well,
they did.
that's why there was a lot of haters of the movie, despite the amount of money that it made, which was a shit ton.
Yeah.
It still had a lot of detractors.
Look,
Mark
Skarsgård,
Shipping, you know,
Skarsgård, I
whatnot.
think is the better Pennywise.
Yes.
He's the better Pennywise.
Yes.
But am I always going to remember
Of course.
Tim Curry? I'm always going to remember
Nostalgic.
Tim Curry as it.
It's
That's
our
the first
nostalgic
thing.
value. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's,
That's the Pennywise that in my brain will always stick.
Well,
But
the
the
common
one thing
theme-
that I love is this.
Yeah.
That was just fucking great.
Yeah.
To me, that's
common
fucking
theme
fantastic.
amongst a lot of people our age, like 20s, 30s, whatever, who saw that film back when it first came out, the miniseries being, they're like, no, Tim Curry's really one of the only good things about it. I disagree. I think all the stuff with the kids is good. The stuff with the adults has its shortcomings here and there. I still really like the original film.
All right, guys. I gotta get back to the comments.
Yes.
Yeah, let's do
All right, Mark Pearson. Have you guys
We're
seen
here
Stranger
for.
Things 2 yet? I binged all last night.
Oh,
Brittany and I watched episode 1 and the first 10 minutes of episode 2 this morning, and she and I were mighty pissed she had to go to work because we wanted to just sit and watch the rest. The goal is to have it finished by Tuesday, so Fuego and I can do a review on Halloween for you guys.
Yeah, I'm about episode 4 in right now.
How are you liking it?
Nothing.
It's so fucking good after the first episode.
It's so good. Look, no, I'm not gonna spoil. I'm not gonna spoil. I'm gonna give you a series of emotions. Are you ready? Series of emotions. Ready?
No.
Here we go.
Well, there was ebbs and flows.
I like it.
There was ebbs and flows in the original series, which is what made it so damn good. The Duffer Brothers. I mean, holy shit! This is like a cultural event in a lot of ways because of how insanely popular the show became.
And
we
it's all about
reviewed
the
it.
80s.
So, no, time.
Check it out. We at least reviewed it the first weekend that it hit before the word of mouth started spreading, and that's because we're horror people, and so we're on Bloody Disgusting and Daily Dead and all these pages who are like, this show looks kind of cool. That's coming out with Winona Ryder, and you guys should check it out.
But
and
who else
we
did
just
sleep
decided to
over?
binge? It was us two and Marcia.
Mhm.
And we watched it all in one evening, and then the later morning day kind of thing.
Yeah, I haven't seen season 2 yet, but I binged season 1. I think I watched the entire first season in one day, and I was just, I mean, I
There's
fell in
9
love.
episodes this time. It's about 7
And
and a half hours.
so
Oh,
much,
it's 9? Nice.
so much so that I'm like, yeah, no,
It really
we
should
should
be
play
added.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Fair enough.
I mean,
Fair
this will
enough.
go is
I'll tell you what, though.
That's honestly what they'll probably do for season 3.
The new season.
They'll crank it to 11 like that app and Spoil Tap.
The new season of Stranger Things it's freaking awesome
Yeah.
because it expands.
They have more money.
Everything
They
expands.
do. I love when we originally covered the news story that the Duffer Brothers said it's going to be the aliens of the, sort of comparison to
It almost
movies.
feels like that too. You know, I would not.
Bigger.
Yeah, much
It's like-
bigger,
it's
much
like
bigger.
Cameron,
Much
Alien.
bigger.
Since we're on the Stranger Things path, if
Oh
anybody else
boy,
wants to
oh
chime in,
boy.
I text Fuego and I said, can we at least talk about how the science teacher was way overqualified for his job? Does that bother anybody else?
Hey, man,
He
it
was
might be-
extremely
It
overqualified
might be
for
a
his
4A
job.
school. It might be
You
a
mean
4A
the
school.
audiovisual guy, the guy who headed the audiovisual club?
That's his science teacher, isn't it? That's their
He's
science teacher.
still in season 2.
No. I'm saying
He
just,
cares a little
he
too
had
much,
an
though.
answer for everything. He just seems so overguided. How does he
I
know
never
string
thought
theory
that.
physics?
I
No,
was
I
like-
believe
I
that
was
there
like,
are
he had a
some
hobby and he
teachers like that
Yeah.
out there.
way overqualified.
And
Dude, my brother is a
especially in the
biologist.
80s,
In the 80s,
this
There's
is
so much
it's
technical
1983, 84.
Right.
That's when there were still really passionate teachers about
Okay,
teaching. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Well, and there was a lot of
They weren't all
electronic
disenfranchised,
That
and there weren't guns coming in through every fucking doorway.
And
I'm
they're
not
being
even
paid
kidding.
well.
That was like a 1:30 in the morning text to all these guys going, can we just talk about how this teacher's really overqualified?
And we
Well,
shut
when
you
we finish, let's
down.
do a special Chiron review of Stranger
Okay.
Things too.
Yeah.
Have you watched
I've
episode
seen
1?
You-
maybe like
Season
Well,
1?
then you
Obviously,
have
it wouldn't be today.
I gotta
but,
catch
Catch up. It's only 8. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not that much of an investment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
But
really
it's,
It's
it's a
worthwhile.
worthy
It's
one.
worthwhile.
Dan is
And if not, you can just fuck off around the corner.
Yeah.
There you go.
And another thing, we always mention the inner workings of the week in these live streams and stuff. I gotta urge anybody who can either VOD or go out to a theater to see Tragedy Girls to check that shit out. That is a fun movie that took some twists I wasn't expecting. It's a horror comedy about 2 high school chicks who are aspiring serial killers, but they also have a blog, like a YouTube and Twitter account that they're constantly on, and it'll appeal to millennials and to Gen X and older people, and I mean it's crazy fun. It's good. So check
All
it out.
right. So, Corvo asks, are any of you guys interested in a hack slash being turned into a series? And I think absolutely. Hack slash
Yeah, what
is a
is
comic book, you guys.
oh,
It is essentially the first issue.
Are we talking a live
live
series?
action, yeah.
So Dot Hack Slash becoming alive.
it's a comic book.
No,
called
it's hack slash, hack slash slash. That's how it comes out. But
Mr.
the
Slash.
story, it's written by Tim Seeley. And it's about a girl named Cassandra, I believe.
Cassandra.
She's in high school, and one day it's the police storm the school, and it turns out like there's been a string of murders in the town, and it turns out that the murders were done by Cassie Hack. That's her name. The murders were done by the school lunch lady. Who was a serial murderer in the town, who also happened to be Cassie's mom.
So was she turning Uter into Uterbrox?
Something like that, yeah, exactly. So Cassie makes a decision to start hunting down all serial killers that she hears of. Essentially, she starts hunting down slashers, and she teams up with a guy that is mistaken for a slasher because he's this big Jason-looking guy, but he is huge and hulking, and all he does is protect Cassie. So that's the quest. It's him and Vlad, or her and Vlad. Vlad is the guy. Yeah. And they go around and just hunt down slashers, and they've crossed over with Chucky in the comics.
I saw Cult of Chucky too recently, and I loved it.
That was a fun one.
Dude, the stuff with him prodding the head at the beginning.
Right?
Just
Oh
so
my
good.
god, I loved it. Every little bit of it. I loved Cult of Chucky.
It was out there, but I was like, all right, it's Don Mancini's baby. Let him do what he wants.
It was fun. It was fun.
To be fair, it went back to some of the Bride sensibilities.
Yeah,
It did.
Well, a little bit.
Not
all the way, but some of them.
It blended both of the stuff really well, which is why I liked it so much.
It was a little more Bride than the other one,
which is why I said it.
But yeah, you're right. You're right. I wasn't disagreeing.
Well, they'll never go back to the original.
Here's the problem with it. I thought Fiona was a little over the top towards the end when she was, affecting an accent, so to speak, without spoiling anything.
Although there was one thing that happened that was awesome.
Well, that's true. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So let's see. Next up, Corvo also asks, because he's the only one asking questions at this point. Although
Ask
there's
some
more we're
questions,
gonna get
guys.
to.
Come on.
No, they did. I just haven't gotten to them because we're going off on tangents.
Yes, that happened.
Corvo says, "Do you gentlemen believe in James Wan and his wish to bring respect to big horror studio films again?" I think he is the new horror maestro.
Agreed, man. That guy can do just about anything right now at this point in time. Given the budget, you get that guy a budget, he will bring you fucking gold.
Brittany and I rewatched all the Saw films, and originally I was not a huge fan of the original.
Oh,
but
really? That's first.
No, I thought it was weak because the acting ruined it for me.
Okay.
Oh, really?
I thought the acting for the two main guys, Carrie Yules,
it wasn't.
He was too over the top or too underplayed. It was never in a good medium.
I'm with you on this. The acting in the first one was a little lame.
It
wasn't polished as it was in the second one.
The second one was the best of the series.
The second one was the best
of the series.
The second one nauseated me, where that girl gets thrown in with all the needles.
Yeah, that's what it's supposed to do.
The
one that gets size.
Just thinking about it. Oh yeah, in the glass.
The first Saw, I love those puzzle movies, man. I love the ones with like I remember being a kid watching.
But what you got to remember in that first one is most of them took place in flashback because they were getting and investigating.
I'm talking about
it was more 7.
Yeah, okay. I'll tell you what though, that ending to the first Saw I had not been more surprised than I was when I saw that old man get the fuck up off the ground.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, go ahead. No, let Chris finish his part.
Okay, the first Saw kind of reminded me of the first Ring when that came out. Do you remember when they made a copy? They didn't really make a big deal about making a copy.
Right.
No, they were assholes at the end of the Ring.
But then
someone else was going to get
right.
it.
But then Homeboy died, and then at the end of 7 days, they didn't die, and it's like, holy shit! If you spread the video, it was just one of those like aha moments, and that's how the first Saw was for me.
Honestly, I had forgotten that aspect of the Ring when we watched Rings.
Right.
I was like, wait, is this a spreading thing? I was like, oh, that's right, they did do that. Like you could avoid it by spreading it.
So that whole aha, and not just that, but the fact that he wanted to lay in the room and he just, without moving or anything else, he had to experience everything that he just created happening around him.
Mm-hmm.
That right there is like, wow.
Yeah.
So if you bring that into a mythos, eventually she takes over the world.
Yeah.
Eventually, if you bring it aside from Third World, where they don't have a VHS or a DVD player.
Are we talking Samara?
Yeah. Essentially,
well, let's
put the Ring on Netflix.
Yeah, let's stick back to the James Wan of it all, because of course he did Saw, like we've been talking about, but
Dead
then he did Dead Silence. Love fucking Dead Silence. The puppet movie, the marionette ventriloquist movie.
Oh, yes, I have.
Yeah. Ooh, okay, that's James Wan also.
Okay.
Yeah, remember at the end when it's the wife like puppeteering the old guy? Like I was like, oh, that shit's awesome.
Okay, yeah.
Then I loved it. So that's also James Wan. Then we get to Insidious 1 and 2.
Okay, no, whether you like those, whether you don't like those or not, I thought that I loved Insidious.
I love Insidious.
Insidious 1 was better.
He went back to old school horror roots, using the music to set up your situation.
And beautiful camera work though.
Yes. The lipstick demon, whether you like the lipstick demon or not, I like
the class recognizes Chris.
Yes.
So we're talking about Stranger Things earlier, okay? And the way that they did the demon realm, I guess, of Stranger Things was phenomenal.
Upside down.
The way,
upside down.
Yeah, the upside down. Thank you.
versus the Nether.
The Further.
The Further, right.
The way that they did the Further, I was like, I think they.
It's just all black, but it's kind of cool.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
scary because there's nothingness. You
It's
don't know
honestly
what's
what
coming.
you kind of think
It's
about.
the
it
same
reminded me
thing
of
as
the
the
Supernatural episode when they went back to their own house.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
Okay, and then of course he jumps ship from Insidious and goes to The Conjuring 1 and 2, which are
And
amazing
once again,
movies.
not doing the third one.
How can anyone
Insidious.
look at that filmography and progression and not say he's one of the best horror filmmakers ever?
Well, I
went-
honestly, this is where I want to leapfrog and actually take it a step higher. I would honestly say if there's any more champion of the resurgence of current horror, it's definitely Jason Blum.
Right.
Oh, I want to get to that comment. So
Yeah,
I
Jason
got-
Blum is the one who.
I
Blumhouse
wish I
he
could have
still,
one
like,
meeting with Jason Blum.
Released so much
One
of the most
meeting.
iconic horror
Just
stuff,
one.
including he did do the Saw stuff, right?
Well,
Yeah.
not just that, but
Yeah.
outside
Saw-
of the Amityville
Saw,
stuff.
Sinister, Insidious, The Conjuring,
No,
and
The
even
Purge.
recent,
On the
yes,
Conjuring.
and
On
also
the-
recent hits this past year like Split and Get Out. That's all
yeah.
Blumhouse.
Right. But
All
on
Blumhouse.
the whole thing of The Conjuring, how balls deep just this year have you guys noted that people have gotten into Ed and Lorraine Warren?
Oh yeah.
Like that's a
Well, since the
household
first
name all of a
Conjuring.
sudden.
Since the
Well,
first
Yeah,
Conjuring,
but that, I mean,
Well, honestly, there was
with-
also
with-
a lawsuit
with Annabelle and everything else
a
happening right now?
lawsuit. A lawsuit. There's a current lawsuit
yeah.
from the previous person who had adapted Ed and Lorraine Warren's like books or something, and that was back when it was still considered, fantasy, whatever
Right,
stuff.
right.
But the route that Universal Blumhouse was able to pursue with this new series is that it's based on true events,
Well,
and so therefore it's based on real people as opposed to conceived characters, and that was their loophole. And so there's a current lawsuit going on between the guy who did a movie in the 80s, if I'm not mistaken.
well, that's what that's
or
kind of
wrote a
what I was
novel or
getting at.
something,
Is that in the
so.
70s and 80s there's this huge upshoot of people being afraid of devil. And Ed and Lorraine Warren, especially with the demonologist thing that they do.
A lot of people think
I'm
they're
hoping,
fakes,
I'm personally
Actually,
hoping, at least
Ed
film
Warren
wise,
is the only person
he's
who's not
one of 7 demonologists in America. Yeah.
recognized by the Catholic Church.
Right, and I'm hoping for a
Well, that's-
resurgence
that's
of that whole
actually kind
devil
of significant
persona.
then, if you
I
ask
thought, like the Exorcist and stuff like that. I'd like to see that come back to play hard.
Well,
I haven't watched the series.
so you like possession stuff? Then?
Yes,
Possession.
I love
The
yes.
possession of Michael King,
Yes.
the
That's
taking
my
of
jam.
Deborah Logan.
That's less my jam, dude.
Cool.
I'm not just
Really?
big on. No, I don't like that kind of stuff.
Huh.
You know what I really liked that it didn't get hit on too much when Freddy vs. Jason came out. I loved the versus aspect because I'm a Godzilla fan, so I love Godzilla versus. So when
Well,
they
it's
started
like Godzilla
putting,
versus King Kong.
Oh,
It's
I
the
love
two
that.
biggest
Oh, yeah,
movie
I
names.
love-
I thought Ronnie Yu did a fantastic job.
So
it's the
in
same
my-
guy who directed
Yeah.
Bride of Chucky,
I think we
which
need.
is my favorite. in
I
that
think we
series.
need some more of that. Let's not just stick to the Freddy versus Jason. Let's get to the point. Let's get Chucky versus Annabelle. Let's get some of that going on.
to the
That would be
point.
no contest.
No, but it would be
Alright.
fun to watch.
Not really, because Annabelle doesn't move on her own.
Yeah,
Unless
I
you're
would
It would
say
need to be Chucky versus the puppet master.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Let me set it up for you. Right? So you got
But
Chucky.
Chucky's overwhelmed by
Yeah.
doll-sized
Yeah,
things.
they're
Like
all much
imagine
smaller
the
than
juxtaposition of that,
Yeah.
right? Where Chucky has to deal with what Chucky makes everyone else deal with.
But see, I feel like
Now you know.
I feel
Now
like
you know.
Chucky.
You know it is half the battle.
But Chucky and Annabelle could exist in the same universe because Chucky is created by a voodoo spell, which is dark
True.
magic, and Annabelle is satanic magic.
True.
So you have Chucky finding out about Annabelle, going and stealing Annabelle from Ed and
No.
Lorraine Warren,
No, he should
becoming a new conduit.
he should put someone's soul into Annabelle.
So it's
And
become
then
his
Annabelle
next
can
Tiffany.
move.
And now the demon has more
Not
power.
Tiffany, not
No,
Tiffany.
it
Fuck that.
can
Let's
be
leave
his,
Tiffany.
it could be his next Tiffany, and then Tiffany shows up and wants to fight because Chucky's got a new bitch, and
But it's
Next
Annabelle.
question.
Yes, next question.
I think
Next
more
question.
verses would be amazing.
can I finish?
Holly
Okay,
asks,
finish.
do you guys like
Okay.
Elvira? Of course, she's
Yeah,
been
but
on the
She's
channel.
a
I
babe.
love the Mistress in the Dark.
Yeah, she did a station ID for
That
us.
was the sultry one that I did earlier that you were like, that sounded really kind of
Sexual.
It's like, hi, she's like, hey darlings, this is Elvira, and you're watching The Horror Show.
Elvira, probably there's about 4 or 5 people I can actually say help me through puberty. She might be on that list. I
Well, she's
love
still on that
her
list.
cameos on Gallagher. Oh. Remember Gallagher?
I'm Black Gallagher, bitch. I got warrants.
Corporal corrected me. I said 96 Godzilla, and he's like 98 Godzilla.
And was it 98?
Yeah.
I just
Like
hated
that.
that.
Yeah,
I
that
just
was the
hated
Magic
that.
Roger one.
I
Yeah.
hated that soundtrack so much. because of the fact that they
Yeah.
remixed the
Wallflowers.
Led Zeppelin. No, that song is good, man. But granted,
The
they're covering
Wallflowers.
David Bowie.
The Gin Blossoms. If you guys are into 90s rock, Gin
I love
Blossoms.
the Gin Blossoms, dude. Found out about you? Damn. I was just saying the fact that the Wallflowers covered the Hero song, David Bowie, which was okay. I still like the original. But the thing that just pissed me off so much was that there was a cover where Jimmy Page played the guitar of Kashmir, and then fucking Puff Daddy or
Okay,
Baby-
all right,
Baby
yeah,
or
yeah,
whatever
yeah,
starts
yeah.
rapping over that
Yeah.
song.
You know what
Come
the-
with me.
You know what was really nice about that Godzilla though? Because so
It had a
in
Rage
the-
Against the Machine song called No Shelter. if I
in the
remember
Godzilla
correctly.
verse, that Godzilla
Amazing.
is referred to as Zilla, right? So they throw him against the real Godzilla, and then one of the
In the
Godzilla
Final Wars,
Wars, and Godzilla
It's
makes
directed by
such
Ryuki Kitsura.
gets so much quick
That's
work
the-
out of him.
he did
He
these
throws
movies
down,
recently, right?
knocks him out of the way, and explodes. Done. The quickest fight Godzilla's ever done is beat the shit out
That
of
actually
Godzilla.
is cool that
Next
they brought
question.
him into current continuity, though. That
Yeah.
they made him
He
canon.
is
you know?
technically a Toho creature right
Yeah.
now.
He's canon. That's cool.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Lee Brunker says, "Who punched Cecil?" And
The
it's nobody. It's just a breed right
We're
strip
talking
that helps you
fucking
breathe.
Lee.
Um,
I have
all right,
friends
let's see.
named Lee. He cast a spell, the spell.
All right, shut up.
on me.
Dom, have you seen I Saw the Devil? That film is good.
I-
I've seen it, but people talk about it glowingly. I think I remember thinking it was pretty slow. It's one of those.
I'm thinking of House of the Dead.
It comes at night, sort of slow
Okay, slow.
build, sort of things. Yeah, except it did have a payoff, I believe. I don't know.
It's such a polarizing movie. It comes at night. What did you guys think? I liked
It comes at
didn't-
night sucks.
Yeah, I
We
liked
did
it.
a
didn't love
review.
it.
You don't need to
You know,
talk about it. Anymore.
Check out the review.
All right. Next up, did you see Tales from the Hood? Yes.
I
Yes.
own Tales
Love
from
Tales
the
from the
fucking
Hood.
Hood, man. I can't use a iconic term, which is in the movie. It starts. Well, no, I'm not even gonna go there. But it's where this guy is getting attacked by all these little black dolls.
I think that
being
was a
fucked
hilarious.
up.
Oh my god, this
That-
is just rocking the
Yeah.
track.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, the derogatory term he uses
Yeah.
is horrifying, but really funny.
It's
Yeah.
terrible.
Really, really
Better
funny.
yet, have you seen Leprechaun in the Hood?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, that's
They
one of
made
the
two
four.
of those.
That's one of the four space horror movies, right?
Yeah.
There's
Well, no, there was the
Leprechaun
space
4.
one, and then he came
There's
back.
Hellraiser 4.
Yep.
There's Critters 4.
Yeah,
and
that was
then
its
there
space.
is Jason X.
X, which I love. Where best kill, honestly, my favorite kill in the
Where he
franchise.
puts chicks in
Maybe.
the bag.
Yep, and smashes her head.
How did
Yeah.
this get made? Did Jason X this week for
Did
Halloween?
they?
Yeah.
I used to
You know,
watch
Where he
like,
walks into the holodeck and he's doing that kill with the sleeping
It's
bag.
okay.
Yeah.
You just wanted the machete back.
I used to watch movies like Leprechaun in space, Jason in space,
I watch everything because I can't
Dracula
not watch
20.
sequels.
What was that Dracula 20 where Dracula's in space?
There was Dracula 2000, Dracula 3000.
3000. It was 3000.
Yeah,
Where they're
that
in
was the
space. I
sequel
only
to
used to
Dracula
watch
2000.
those for cleavage. That's the only reason I
yeah.
used to watch them.
Yeah.
I've definitely watched many a horror film. Species.
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
I
right?
love Species.
We
I've
should
been- we've
bequeath
been-
you that Blu-ray.
Yeah,
Just so you
I'm
know.
an adult
I
and I
own
watch
Species
Coronado
already.
Double D. You know
I always
No, no, no.
forget
We
about
haven't-
Species.
Yeah,
man.
we have been to Natasha Henstridge. Wow. Anyway, we've been talking for a long time about doing a video about favorite horror nudity and just how we think that would actually trend really well. I think it would. Probably.
As a matter of fact,
We're not gonna
back,
show the
back,
scenes. We'll talk about them and be like, "Hey, check this movie out."
back to the
Experience it
Penny
yourself.
Dreadful, real quick.
Ava
Talk about-
fucking Green,
Check it out,
like,
check it out.
bad bitch.
This is the only time I've ever said it out loud, and I know what's gonna happen right now. But I alone in a room stood up and went, "This is great, but there's way too much sex in this show."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Over sexualized.
It's not just
I think I realized I was
Okay.
getting older or something.
Yeah.
I was like, look, I don't know what it is, but this is too
It
much.
was the
I
end
just
of
wanna get
season
to-
1, dude.
Shit's
It was like a
interesting. I know.
montage.
I gotta say, I've actually felt that way about reading.
You know what it is? I think if you're a satisfied person, then you don't care
You don't
as
need
much.
a
Yeah.
You're like,
additional
okay,
sex
get
around
back
it.
to the fucking vamps and werewolves.
Yeah.
See, you know what I mean?
Well,
I
honestly,
felt this.
I felt that way about American Horror Story.
I felt
especially in some of the early
Well,
seasons.
that's
I
just,
felt
that's
that way
just really
about, like-
overly homosexually charged. So that can be. That's just
No, that
it's tough
doesn't
if
bother
you're
me,
if you're
it's
if
cool.
you're. It
That's your
doesn't
own
bother me. It's
focus,
just
like,
if you're heterosexual, it can be like,
There's
you
lots
know,
of
it's
books in
like
there. What
it's
are
the
you
same.
talking
I mean,
about?
it's the same
It's
thing.
a-
It's
I remember
just-
going to the theater to go see Hostel, right? The very first
Okay.
Hostel. I'm like,
Yeah.
this ain't cool, right? And like the
I'm not
first
a torture porn guy.
The first 10 to 15 minutes were just straight up sex. And I remember sitting in the theater like, is anyone jerking off? Like, am I in the wrong fucking place? Am I in the wrong place? Like, I've heard about this. I've heard about this. I don't want to be part of
got arrested for this.
I don't want the popcorn. You keep the popcorn.
Keep Pee Wee Herman innocent. Keep Pee Wee Herman innocent.
This last time I go to the theaters alone ruined that situation for me. I had mixed feelings. I was like, I left the theater. I went out there and I'm like, oh, I don't even want to talk about it.
I'm sure anybody who saw Nocturnal Animals felt super
Oh
weird.
shit,
at the beginning of
Spartacus.
that
Anybody who's
movie.
ever watched Spartacus
There is,
felt really weird.
there is predominantly a
Yeah,
lot
there's
of
so much good
CGI
gore.
wiener.
I love the original Spartacus.
CGI winner?
Yeah, they CGI'd some dude's wiener to be like a giant horse wiener.
Are you sure it's
I don't know what
CGI?
you're-
This is-
I don't know what you
I
watched,
hope-
bro.
Did you tell your wife that that was
Spartacus.
CGI?
So you're
They
talking
cut
about
it
the-
off.
so
Real
you're
thing,
talking
don't
about
worry
the
about
remake.
that.
That's all smoke and mirrors, man. You don't grow that
Okay,
weird.
I thought you were talking about the real Spartacus movie from like way back.
No, I'm talking about the show where Andy
Fucking
Whitwin.
HBO.
All right, next question.
Yeah.
Let's stop talking about Spartacus.
Chugging along. Yeah.
I'm
Spartacus.
Mark Pearson says, "Hey, I just want to thank the horror show for my awesome T-shirt and art print. I love them. $50 well spent. Thanks, guys.
Oh,
Hell yeah!
so
Thanks for
man.
supporting the channel, Mark.
Yeah, we
Click the
appreciate
link
you,
in the
brother.
description box if you guys want to help support the channel. The merch
It will
store
first.
there. I actually just added a shit ton of new designs on there. That are some really kick-ass horror designs, including some Pennywise designs.
Yes.
I actually added a few Rick and Morty designs for
Mr.
myself, and then a lot of
This
other
guy
really
loves
cool
Rick and Morty.
designs. So.
Check
check it out,
I'm the
support the
only one who doesn't
channel.
watch Rick and
Thank you very much, Mark, for doing so. I appreciate it. Holly asks, I heard Skarsgård was going to be on Castle Rock. Do you think he will play as
isn't.
Pennywise?
No, he's in Castle Rock, and he's, as I've done further investigation after we watched the trailer, he's a prisoner in Shawshank, like I think I predicted on the
Okay.
video. So yeah, that's what's going down with him. So Shawshank ties in with the Castle Rock mythology. But you never know. I mean, they're saying they're going to bring in a lot of different influences from tons of books, maybe not even ones necessarily that took place in Castle Rock. So you might see a cameo. But
Alright.
I'm excited for the show, personally.
Sam Powers here and says hello.
Sam Power!
Hello.
Let's see.
Are there any musical questions by chance?
Not yet. Nope.
Okay.
Yeah, guys, remember, this is a horror metal band.
We are a band. We
Horror
are a band.
metal band. So feel free to ask them. But I mean, it's a viewer-driven thing. So you
We
can
we don't mind answering anything.
Yeah,
you
we
ask.
would love to talk horror, but just
Chris. Hey, Chris. Why don't you get off my audience's nuts?
I'm sorry. But they're
But no,
so salty.
but honestly, if you guys have a favorite album, favorite concept album, horror, metal, rock, whatever, we like different kinds of music. So ask
Score to a
away,
damn
or we
movie.
can-
We're good.
Or we can keep talking like a favorite score or
Yeah.
whatever, man. Phantasm for me. I love the score to Phantasm. It's still one of the most iconic. It's just it's light. It's very. I mean, it's very basic.
It's iconic to you. No, it is.
It is. It
I
is.
personally think Insidious to me is currently the best score because
They
that
had
music,
weird like.
that music alone sets up
Okay.
everything in that movie.
I don't know about anybody else in this room, but I'm a gigantic conspiracy theorist. So when he keeps
Not me.
referencing
The
when he
hat
keeps-
should give it away.
You beat Nick.
Yeah. When he keeps referencing Insidious, like, oh man, the mood music that they produce, I'm sitting there like, yeah, that's propaganda to make that movie more scary. So that's all I'm thinking about.
That's not propaganda. That's just
So I loved Insidious. I really
deliberate
did.
artistic construction.
The further was.
What we got?
Holly says, just finished Bitten and Salem. They were mad. I never watched Bitten, even though it starred the girl that played Supergirl in Smallville.
Oh really?
Yeah, the blonde chick was in Bitten. It was a werewolf show. Never could get into it. It seemed just too chick or teeny for me. It was the same reason I couldn't get into Vampire Diaries.
I can't stand all the teenager stuff, and I get it. That's the market for it, but man.
But I could get into
CW.
Teen Wolf though.
Right.
Like I got into Teen
Well,
Wolf.
because it has
the
a
show.
classic tie-in. That's why.
Yeah, but it's nothing like it. It's all horror, and it's so good though.
That's
And it's
awesome.
man,
Yeah.
I watched the first episode. Like, I know I'm gonna binge this. I got so many things I need to
Yeah, I
do.
know, dude. It's so good though. It's so
I
good.
have children.
The
You know,
last
yeah.
time I remember spending that much time on a show is got to be like Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Dude,
Yeah.
it's
They're
right
so
now.
good.
There's
Especially
so
this
much
year.
Teen Wolf is actually
so
really,
much.
really close to the way Buffy felt.
There's so much.
Except
this
it's a
year.
little
It's
darker.
crazy.
I still make the Supernatural comparison.
It's closer to Supernatural.
I adore that show.
Yes.
I've had mixed feelings about post-season 11, but, you know.
See, I've gone back. So I made it to season 10 of Supernatural, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna rewatch the whole thing.
Talk about a task. I did that last summer for our panel, and I remember the show where they were doing the Mark of Cain, where they were doing. God, they had so many iterations after the first 5-year arc, which is all that the show was planned to be initially, and then they're like, okay, well, it's a hit. Let's keep going.
It used to be back in the day.
So I had to reach a little bit at times.
It used
I
to be
liked
my
the
daily watch.
season. There was some good shit in there.
Yeah,
even in the seasons people detract on. I loved when all the angels fell from heaven.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great show.
It's gotten pretty
really good.
All right. So let's see. Leslie McCann is here. Says, pause my Stranger Things binge to come and say hi. That's very high compliment.
We appreciate that big time.
If you work at Tupac, you all appreciate it.
Ryan Murphy, Tony Robinson says, first off, he says, better watch out versus the babysitter. He's been saying it a bunch. So I haven't seen the babysitter or Better
Hold on,
Watch
I
Out.
watched the babysitter.
I watched the trailer for both.
And that movie was fucking awesome. It was so much fun.
You and Lou were both in the same boat. You both recommended it.
I loved that movie. The babysitter. This is the one that's on Netflix right now. That's what we're talking about.
It's got the
I
girl from
loved that movie.
I was thinking Jonah Hill. What the hell are you guys talking
Big
about?
left turn.
Yeah.
Big
Oh,
left turn.
that's right.
Wasn't that called The Sitter?
Like,
though?
the best thing about that movie
No,
is
it's a legitimate.
you read the description. The description tells you what's going to happen. You watch the movie and you're still like, oh my god. So it's that good.
Yeah. No,
It's
the
that
plan
good.
is to watch it. We will review it on the channel eventually.
It's not like it's going to win an Oscar, but it will make you laugh. It will make you be like, what
Now,
the fuck?
like if Stranger Things hadn't come out, I would have watched it a lot sooner. But now I'm gonna watch Stranger Things first. So.
Oh, of course. That's going to pick precedence. I mean.
All right. Next up, Tony also says Ryan Murphy needs to hire Cecil and Fuego for ideas for future American Horror Story seasons. And we have talked about this before. I have, I think, an excellent idea for
Excellent. Shout out, Rob.
American Horror Story season, but it actually poaches from a movie idea that I have for myself. So I shan't talk about it again. I talked about it once on the show, so if you really want, dive deep and you'll eventually hear it. But yeah, no, I actually want to write that still. So.
Dude, yes.
Let's see. MTS 197769 says Critters versus Gremlins.
All right, here we go. Thank you for bringing up Cecil.
Yeah, this is a big one.
Let's get into this. Let's get into this. I love the verses. This is where I'm about. Horror versus is amazing. So let's take a look at these creatures and let's get them stacked up. Let's get them weighed in. All right. In this corner, weighing in 5 pounds, standing at 2 foot to maybe 2'5", having maybe wings on his legs. We have the gremlin in this corner, weighing in at a fuzzball 4.4 kilobytes. We have the critters from outer space. Who wins?
Or measured in kilobytes.
Dude,
oh my gosh.
the critters grow as they eat, bro.
You know what though?
No,
They're
they
so
No, stay the same size.
No, they get that big
They can
ball.
ball
They
up.
pull
okay.
together.
That was in the second one.
But see, that's where it comes down to. Does it come down to the Three Musketeer all as one situation winning, or do all the gremlins with that one smart ass gremlin
Depends.
win?
Depends.
Well, it also depends if you're gremlins too, where they got all the weird capabilities and shit.
Oh, that's just a select few with some serum, though. We're talking about base gremlins.
If we're talking about base gremlins, it also depends on environment, though, because if it's
Yeah.
snowing, then you're going to have a shit ton more gremlins than you're going to have critters.
That is
I
very
like
true.
that. I like
Point,
that.
weather has a factor with the gremlins.
So,
Because of
have
the
they
water.
eaten
Yeah,
after
right.
midnight? Are they fighting in Seattle or Arizona? That's
Yeah,
basically
big
where it
difference.
comes down
Because
to.
if it's 1 p.m. in Arizona, critters all day.
Critters are gonna win.
I'll die.
They're gonna
But
win
if
a
it's like
tumbleweed.
12:30 in like Albany, New York,
Now, here I'm picturing a badass scene where it's a lot of critters versus a lot of gremlins, and then it starts to rain. And then all the gremlins are, they're basically stopped. They can't move because they drop to the
They're
ground because they
reproducing.
start. So the critters are going to roll in and just start eating the heads of the gremlins. But then the other gremlins start popping out, all the little
6
ones.
or 7.
And suddenly it's
Hydro
4
effect.
times as many gremlins. And then the rain stops, and then you can have a reverse sort of effect to the battle where the gremlins just start bashing critters into each other and throwing out
Time
and
out.
stuff like
Time
that.
out.
Time out, Zach Morris.
The real question is it Gremlins theme music or is it Critters theme music?
It's got to be a mixture.
I think
The
it
real
has
question
to be a medley of both.
do the gremlins win? Because obviously Gizmo's going to handle this.
Well, he's a Mogwai. He's not a gremlin.
He's not a gremlin,
Right.
So he just spawned the gremlin that created the army to fight.
Nah,
These are the
he
questions
gets a
that will
badass
be answered.
cameo kill.
These are the questions that will be answered in the Cecil Laird penned Dynamite Entertainment comic book, Gremlins versus Critters.
Yes, I will
Bring
write
that
that.
shit on.
I will write that.
Fucking love that situation. Thank you for bringing that up.
You have
Give
a
me
vision.
some more
That's
verses.
funny. Holly says,
Visionary.
in reference to something we said earlier, Chucky would hit on Annabelle and Tiffany would kill it.
Probably true.
Hey,
You're
that's
very
what
right.
it's implying is that would be a funny revenge factor.
Wouldn't it?
For the
That's the
process.
end credit scene right there. That's what that is.
Rushmore
Animals
309.
talk, and both of them
No,
have so much
well, that's the
personality.
point. Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. Rushmore 309 says, you guys ever seen Session 9?
Yeah,
I have. I don't remember it, though.
I just implied Session 9 during the Spookers review because of the fact that they set up that park and I couldn't remember the name of it.
What was Session 9? Remind me.
It's basically where these guys go into a formal mental institution to like kind of clear the place out and break out all the asbestos and all kinds of potentially hazardous stuff that's still lingering there because the site's gone unused for years and they see a residual spiritual presence without spoiling too much. So it's very good actually. It's a slow burn, not for everybody. It's more like building creepiness and whatnot. But I mean, once again, location. Doesn't matter if it's a restaurant or a horror movie. It's like, having the proper environment is what can really elevate your creativity, in my opinion.
Tony Robinson asks, do you guys want a Final Girls sequel? Simple answer, hell yes.
I want a Tragedy Girls sequel.
The nice thing about Final Girls is there can really always be indefinite sequels.
Yep, exactly.
Always. How would would it be more anthology though? Because they had such a nice resolution with the mother and stuff at the end.
It would be situational, yeah, anthology. It would lead to a new situation.
Well, no, they would probably leave that from the first movie. That's
you think they'd bring
And they
back
would just
Tyson
move on.
Farmiga? Or?
Yeah, well, everyone came back in the end of the last one, remember?
Well, yeah, I know, but what's because there was such a motherly connection there. I don't know what.
No, I don't. Unless listen. There
Could they go
are,
into
there
one
are
of the
writers
sequels
way
that-
cleverer
yeah.
than me, so I'm sure if there's a way to write in Malin Ackerman, they
yeah,
can.
well,
But I don't think it would be necessary.
Yeah,
I think that's what the first movie was about. The first movie was about Taissa Farmiga and Malin Ackerman's relationship to each other.
Yeah,
Can we talk about the Farmiga sisters being amazing actresses? Like both of
Veda
them.
and Tyson,
Vera.
they're both great.
Vera and
Yeah,
Tyson.
they are both insanely talented, and they have a large age gap between them.
Oh,
almost
yeah.
20 years.
Oh man, Vera Farmiga
They're
is one of my
sisters?
favorites. Yeah.
20 years apart?
Almost.
Are you kidding me? My
Disney
little
parents?
brother's
My
21
parents,
years old.
yeah,
His
still
brother's
do that
20
after
years
all
old.
these
Really?
Yeah.
Jesus
My parents are
Christ.
68
Happy
and
Ross
69
and thanks, sir.
respectively.
Wow.
My mother's
69.
Mexican. That's the reason. She's fertile till she dies.
Watch out, you have a little brother.
Pull behind the Chiron curtain, y'all.
Pull behind the curtain.
Wow.
I'm just adopted Mexican.
Hola.
Actually, the bad part is me la jalo in Espanol is not a very good word.
Oh, really?
No.
All right. Fair enough. Sam Power says, hey guys, I'm going to go to bed now. Good night, everyone.
Peace
Good
out.
night.
Thanks for coming.
Rodimus
in.
Prime
Yeah,
is here
with
to
us.
take his place. Rodimus Prime says, shout out to the guy with the Deception t-shirt. Oh, Decepticon, sorry. I misread it. He did say Decepticon. All right, Holly, what horror movie scared you guys the most? Ooh, that's pretty.
Like,
We've
ever?
I
podcasted
guess so.
about
I
that
guess we'll
before
just
me
go
and
this
him,
way.
but I think we
Oh,
should
man.
start with you.
Yeah,
guys.
let's do you guys because we've talked about it
All
in
right.
the past, Fuego and I. So
Yeah.
who's ready?
Maybe
Who's the
time.
first one? What scared you the most?
Or if not, we can break the ice either of us.
Mine's I'll go first. Fuck it. This one's gonna be really interesting. I mean,
The
we
thing
can
would be
talk-
mine, I think.
genuinely
We
I
saw-
was
scared.
genuinely
Yeah, no,
freaked out by
no,
the
we-
thing.
Like,
to this day. Okay. Now we talked about clowns, we talked about all that on past podcasts, and that
Oh,
that
that's a
scared
good
the
one.
shit out of me.
Killer clowns.
However, to this day, there are times where I'm just taking a piss, and out of the corner of my eye, I just see a raptor face coming out of the curtain of the fucking raptor.
Really, the Jurassic Park of it all.
Lost World
Oh,
specifically.
really?
I don't know why. I think it might have been Vince Vaughn, but
Stay out of the
yeah,
tall grass.
but it's only when I'm peeing and I'm like inebriated or I'm really tired. I just out of the corner of my eye, I just imagine like a raptor face coming through the.
See, I thought for sure you were gonna say you were worried about Jaws coming up and biting your dick off.
See that? I went.
Jaws for me.
Oh my god.
You know what? Jaws would probably be mine because I would swim in the pool, and if it was at night and the pool light wasn't on, I would legit get
I believe
consent.
that too.
I officially have
Legit
nothing.
get consent.
I officially have nothing.
I
to
didn't
talk
go
about
into a boat until I was 12 years old.
You have nothing scared you? Okay, Fuego, moving on.
No. That's why I said I was like, my pick was officially taken because I saw Jaws as a kid.
Well, jump on
Very-
it. That's just saying.
No, everybody else talked about it.
You know,
and that's why I said
Oh, okay,
just
so
now.
that invalidates your experience with it because we
No.
talked
I
about
said
it?
just now. I was like, my pick's officially
Look,
gone.
I was
don't
on
think anybody
Coronado
heard me.
Beach, 14 years old, on a boogie board.
Coronado Beach?
Yeah, San Diego.
Dude, we went to Coronado every year growing up.
See?
We stayed at the Dell for the first 10 years of my life.
Well, this year specifically, they had a really bad kelp problem, right?
Okay.
So the beach stunk a little bit because of the kelp. So anyway, I got a little further out than I wanted to be. I'm on a boogie board. Something touched my leg. Fucking panicked. Hands and knees on a boogie board. Rode it to the sand because I was kelp wrapped around my foot.
Dude,
But I
that's enough,
envisioned
though.
this Bruce. Bro.
You never know, bro. It could have been
Whoa.
something else.
No, don't say that. Don't say that. Oh my God.
You actually could have had a,
Oh my God.
a little shallows
I went water skiing once, and that was enough for me to know I'll never want to do it again. It was actually in the Coronado Bay, in between Coronado and San Diego. And so they're like, oh, you don't have to worry about it. There's no sharks here. I'm like, bullshit. It's connected to the fucking ocean.
Right?
There could very damn well be sharks. And I just felt like a fishing bobber. Like literally, I'm in the water, and when you're water skiing, you literally just wait until the boat pulls the rope taut and tries to get you up. So I'm waiting, and I'm about pissing myself because I know enough to know that sharks hone in on fluttering fish hearts because it feels like distress.
Some moving feet.
Yeah, they feel like something's been wounded, so they go eat it. So of course my heart is going, and I'm like waiting. Okay, get the boat going. They get the boat going. I go up. I go down. I'm like, get me in the boat. And they pull the boat around. I'm like, I'm done. That's it. One try. I'm in. I'm out. Dude, it is not worth it.
In 2004, I went to school in San Clemente High School in California. I was part of a surf team, and at that point in time, great white sharks were making a resurgence. They were coming off the endangered species list, which means they were breeding a lot. We were surfing, and I was out on a swell practicing a move, and I got hit by something, and it didn't make sense what I got hit by because I knew the water at that point in time. It's the same spot we always surf. I got hit by something, thinking maybe it's a seal. Whatever, it's a seal.
Oh, of
something
course
hit
it
me,
was
right?
a seal.
No, it wasn't. I went home, went to watch on the news. My sister's watching the news. I live with my sister on a military base. We're watching the news. A school, which was brand new for great white sharks. Great white sharks had never been seen in the school. A school of juveniles, 7 foot to 10 foot, was swimming by that same patch of beach all
That
day.
scares the living crap
I
out
got
of me.
hit by a great white shark.
I
Hell
still am scared of oceans, and even with like the
I want to get in a cage
honestly,
with one, but I don't.
Yeah,
Oh no!
I was gonna
After
say,
47 meters down, I'm not
sharks
getting anyone.
I still
shallow.
fear, dude. I still
way
feel
worse than 47.
Oh,
I
I
still
love the shallows.
fear lakes and rivers, guys, because of the fact you can have bull sharks that can swim
Oh, yeah.
into fresh
No,
water.
no,
When I was a
just
kid,
listening to a podcast
when
about that.
I was a kid, I was fascinated by sharks. Sharks and dinosaurs were my thing. And so I was going and
Me
watching
too.
National
Me too.
Geographic
That's what
and stuff like
Yeah,
that, and
sharks.
checking the VHS tapes, you millennials, out of a library, checking a large physical tape out of a library to go and put in a video cassette player.
Because you could check that bookshelf down below. I'm sure there's a shark encyclopedia down there.
Probably.
Right there. I used to steal
But
those
again,
books.
novel
I used to steal those books from the school library.
Yeah. But
Shark
the
books.
big thing for me, though, was that I saw Jaws not in its entirety.
I watched it last
I
week.
saw
actually.
a scene from Jaws when I was very, very young because of a National Geographic video. I was maybe 7 or 8 years old, and I checked out this shark video, and they were showing people swimming with blue sharks and like the fence,
Right.
stuff, and them biting them, and people going down in cages with great whites and stuff. But then they were like, the notoriety of sharks and fear for people was from this film, blah blah blah. And what scene do they show? Not the girl at the beginning. Not the huge thing at the end where the fisherman guy is getting chomped on, but they show the scene with the child, the young boy.
Oh, on the
getting
raft,
eaten
on the yellow
on the
raft.
raft. That raft gave me nightmares for fucking years. Years and
I'll
years.
tell you-
I would not. I was like, that could have been me.
We're gonna need a
And
bigger
you know-
floaty.
Yeah, and and then when I started researching sharks more and learning about what does it go in freshwater, I was like, okay.
Bull sharks, dude.
You're
yeah.
fucked
I was
already,
like,
too.
I'm not gonna go into any foreign water, blah blah blah. Period.
He
Besides
said-
I'm only not scared of water that I can see to the bottom of. If I
Oh, yeah.
can't see to the bottom of it,
Well,
fuck
one.
you.
Yeah.
I'll tell you
on
what
a boat.
scared me worse than anything, though, and I talked about it once before. Is the thing that scared me. But the thing that's under your bed, it's not a monster. It's not a thing. It's a fucking troll trying to turn you into a little wooden block to take you back to
Oh
his
my
tree.
god! You guys on this Ernest
Wow.
on
Trolls.
Ernest scared
Dude,
stupid.
we covered that shit.
Scariest
I love
thing
that.
ever, man.
I love
Is there any other?
Okay, so that's, that's
Right?
the stuff that messed us up as kids.
I got you. We can try here.
Oh my god.
Get the egg dropper.
Bulgarian meat.
Oh, I got the egg dropper there, Ernest.
All right, so let's see. All right. Mark Pearson says, although heavy metal isn't my thing, I wish you guys all the luck. I can go as heavy as Linkin Park and Metallica and
Fair
Rage.
enough. Hey, we're on those
I'm
lines.
a
Metallica's
big
pretty
Rage
close.
fan.
Holly said I can go as heavy as Powerwolf.
We're down. Bring it on,
Whoa,
girl.
Powerwolf are awesome.
Come listen to us.
We drink your blood.
Tony Robinson says Scream Season 3 reboot sounds interesting. I disagree. I think it sounds horrible. They're going to go back to the original Scream mask, though, but it's going to be a Queen Latifah-led thing.
Aww.
Yeah.
All right, Queens of the Stone Age are pretty cool, says Mark Pearson.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
Dave
Yeah,
Grohl helped get that band going like that, man.
Yeah, but Josh Homme had it really. He's like force of that band. I mean, biggest hit of the summer, or whatever the hell it was, a song with I can't remember the singer. Was it dude from Judas Priest, Halford? Maybe, but it was just naming off drugs. Of
It
that
just
song.
further
They
sort of
were like LSD, cocaine, marijuana, and it was like just a stream of biggest hit. Like
it just solidifies that Dave Grohl can touch anything and make it gold. That's really what it
All right, we got to rapid fire the rest because we're at an hour already.
Yeah, oh, damn, we've been going that long.
Yep. All right. So, Victor Crowley versus Jason. Quick hitter.
Jason.
I would actually go with. I'm gonna go with Victor Crowley.
Yeah, he can regenerate.
He can regenerate. He's a repeater, and he's horrifying, and
Yeah, I go
he
Crowley
is
too.
gory as fuck, even gorier than Jason is nowadays. I'm gonna go Victor Crowley.
Like I'm running from Victor Crowley. I might try to fight Jason.
That's. I wouldn't try to fight either one, but I'd run faster.
Wow,
from
hold
Victor
on.
Crowley.
Exactly.
I'd go fast. Are we talking about Jason X?
Jason.
Well, Jason X was like
Pick
a
your scariest version of
different
each.
incarnation.
All right, then I think the best Jason was probably the Freddy versus Jason.
Okay.
And I think that Jason could take Victor Crowley.
That's right, because there was a flaming Jason at one point, right?
Yes, there
Just
was.
setting all the corn on fire,
Dude.
going after people.
Yeah, that was
I
the
think that
young
Jason
party
could take
Jason.
Victor Crowley just sheer on brute strength.
Yeah, but then Victor Crowley would be back the next night and would have to whoop his ass.
But that's fine because he couldn't be able to find Jason because he walks so fast.
Tunnels in the forest.
That's
All right,
one
next
thing.
one.
Tunnels in the
All right,
forest.
Leslie McCann says my dog is called Gizmo.
Oh, that's good.
I hope it's as
Is
ugly
a
as it
small
is
little
cute.
dog?
Holly says my mom is Mexican too. I'm a Rodriguez. Fuego is my long lost evil twin, says Holly.
Really?
Aw.
Oh, that's.
Evil twin. That means
Uh,
she's very
That means
nice.
that's why Fuego's got the
I-
mustache. That's all that means.
I'm the one.
You're the evil
I'm the
version
one
of
who was
her.
locked in the attic.
It's got
You're the
ginger
evil version of
fish
her.
eyes.
And she,
Oh, that's a
she has got
Simpsons
to be
reference
pretty
right there,
freaking
my
angelic.
She's
You're
gotta
pretty
be
good.
pretty awesome.
Aw.
No, but I would have been locked in the attic and eating fish heads
No,
like
no,
on
cream
the
corn,
Simpsons
cream corn.
episode. No. They were giving Bart's evil twin fish heads. If I remember.
Which
Yeah.
actually Bart was the evil twin.
Yeah, which they did the whole.
You get
They
cream corn.
did the twisted.
Tony
thing.
Robinson says, I wish Wes Craven had a chance to do another Nightmare on Elm Street with Freddy facing Alice for a last battle.
Yeah.
I would
Whoa.
love that.
Okay.
That would've been
Alice from,
amazing.
of course, Nightmare 4 and 5.
Yeah.
Love
She
that.
had-
But
she had his child.
No, she didn't die, though. She still survived. She's still
survived.
out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
I
just
believe
went to
they
that
brought her back,
Freddy's
though,
dead shit.
in the comic book form when they did Ash versus Freddy versus Jason.
Oh,
Because, yeah, the Ash versus Freddy versus Jason
Jason,
brought all the survivors of the Jason movies and the Freddy movies to fight both of them.
And that was actually
It was
originally
fucking awesome.
It was originally supposed to be
Including
big
Tommy
screen-
Jarvis, by the way.
Yeah,
I wanna
but
see
you know,
Bruce Campbell
was
naked.
originally supposed to be a big screen
Non
sequel.
sequitur.
That was originally supposed to be a
It's
big
the hat.
screen sequel, guys, to the Freddy versus Jason movie.
Oh.
They were
Was
just gonna
Freddy
add
versus
Ash
Ash
in there,
versus Jason?
and then it just became a comic
Hold
book
on,
after
though,
the
because
script
that's
never
what. Do you
got
want to see Michael Myers beat Jason, or do you want to see Jason beat Michael Myers?
I
Which
think-
one do you think is more powerful?
I think Ash being in
Jason
there.
would whoop Michael Myers'
Yeah,
ass.
Michael Myers didn't even.
He would
become
cut Michael Myers in
supernatural until-
half, and then Michael Myers could, like, keep trying to walk and shit.
I almost feel like Jason is like almost nigh unstoppable.
He
Yeah,
is
he
the
is.
chick of the
Yeah.
horror realm.
Well, if you look at
I'm
it,
still a Freddy guy,
but
who in the horror realm?
I like Freddy more, but Jason is.
Who in the horror realm
pretty-
could stop Jason? Another villain. What other villain in the horror
There's,
realm?
yeah,
I
but
would
there's
always
still no
choose
way to
Jason
really
over
kill
Freddy.
Freddy
Yeah.
either. All the ways they've tried have him. won.
Okay,
Which is why
Creeper
he
versus.
Creeper
When's the
sucks.
game
Jason.
Fuck Creeper.
Aw.
Jason whoops the Creeper's ass.
No
What
way.
about the pumpkin?
Creeper can
I
fly.
saw
Pumpkinhead!
Creeper.
Yes! Up
Pumpkinhead.
top,
Yeah,
up top,
dude,
up top.
Pumpkinhead.
Bam.
Dude, I have all 4 of those movies. They're awesome.
Pumpkinhead
Which one
Xenomorph.
that Stan Winston did though is
Ooh.
it's exceptional.
Pumpkinhead Xenomorph. There you go.
Nah. I'm telling
I'd go
you, why
Pumpkin.
haven't you
Let me
watched
Mimic.
Outlander yet? Would you watch Outlander so I can
Outlander.
claim that creature as an amazing creature?
Outlander.
Have you guys
We
ever
have
seen
your woman
Outlander?
Outlander.
Fucking please seek out Outlander.
We will. Fuck.
It's
we'll
do it.
Whoa.
Do it, goddammit!
Now, we'll do
No,
it now.
Outlander is with Jim Caviezel. He plays a space bounty hunter that is transporting some sort of wild creature
Okay.
when he crash lands on Earth in Viking times.
Ooh.
And the creature that he's transporting gets loose and starts terrorizing a small Viking village. And so he joins, and of course, all of his equipment is busted up. The ship is sunk into the water. None of his guns work or anything. So all he can do is learn the ways of the Viking village and use their weapons against this fucking dragon-like creature.
Do you know that's so up
It's
this man's
so
alley? I'm
awesome.
sure.
Pretty dope.
It's so awesome.
Rapid fire.
That's like
Oh, yeah,
fucking
thank you.
13th Warrior. I love that shit.
I did,
All right.
yeah. It was
I like that one, too.
Originally Eaters of the Dead. It's a Michael
Yeah,
Crichton.
yeah, it is.
Yeah.
MTS, new Meg is going to be brilliant. I can only hope.
They
I
actually
hate that
changed the
Jason
name
Statham.
to The Meg.
The
which- Dude.
So stupid.
Whatever.
Jason
Was there a
Statham
car
is
in the
a
Jason
terrible
Statham
choice.
one?
Oh, I don't know about
No.
that. I'd love to see Jason going, he's fucking shocks.
No.
Like, no.
Yeah.
Aw. But
No,
I'm
I've
excited.
read the books.
Any
I've
Megalodon
spoken
movie.
to the author. We
Dean,
interviewed the author
really?
of the Meg books on the
Yeah.
channel for an hour and a
Cecil,
half.
Cecil, yesterday on the way home
Name
from
drop.
Mahala's house.
Steve Alton.
Steve Alton.
On the way home from Mahala's house, my son in the backseat goes, "Daddy, I think Megalodons are real." I love you so much. You're still around. It's beautiful.
Have
Yeah.
you read Extinct?
I have not
Take
extinct.
it.
Yeah.
Take it.
Right over there.
Oh yeah.
It's worth it, man. It's worth it. It's a quick read. It's not Meg. I'd love. I mean, Meg's up there too.
Hold
if you
on,
want
I
to
heard
borrow
that
Meg.
there's
But
a
that one's really that's
I
fun.
think I still have
That is
I
like
still have
more
it.
along the lines of Bull Shark because it's what if Megs could go up freshwater rivers and stuff.
shit.
Oh,
I
that
remember
sounds
reading
actually worse than that.
Reading
Oh,
two
yeah.
books as a kid. I can't remember the author, but the first one was about the Loch Ness monster. They're making a movie based on that book, and the
That
second one,
same-
The Lock.
the Loch. Yes,
Up there.
and that same
Right there,
artist.
grab
the
it.
same
It's the
guy,
finest one on
dude.
the top shelf on the right.
This one, yes. Oh my god, I read this book as a kid and I loved it. And there was a second book that he wrote about raptors, and there was a family that discovered a
Oh, are
cavern.
you sure? Talking about the same one?
Same same
That's
writer.
that because he did one. He did a sequel to that called Vostok, but he didn't do Raptors. Raptors were. Are you talking about Raptor Red?
No, it's his
Okay.
story where the story starts off where there's this family who they're a Native American family, and on their land they do a lot of mining things, and they're mining and they discover a clan of raptors,
Huh.
and the raptors get loose. And one of the things I remember reading in the book is the raptor comes,
There's Table Cat. She did make
raptor
it
comes up to the
weird.
kid, and the kid points out vividly the raptor's point, pressing through his skin, through his bottom jaw, piercing his tongue and sliding his tongue out.
That was the only part I
separating
saw
his
that I
jaw.
didn't like when he had the. Oh.
And it was the same kind of things I read in the Loch, where in the Loch at the beginning they talk about the kid going down, or someone going down close to the edge of the Loch,
Right.
and the Loch Ness monster just taking them
Yeah.
in a shadow of mist, just taking
Now,
them.
I heard a podcast recently. Just, I mean, I don't want to get too much off topic, but they're
Wow,
talking about Aleister Crowley had a house on Loch Ness where he did a bunch of like satanic rituals and everything else. Blah blah blah.
Table Cat.
There's a theory out there that Aleister Crowley actually like created the Loch Ness monster out of his evil fucking incantations or whatever else. And so the monster that the monster that lives in the Loch is from like the 9th realm of hell because of Aleister Crowley. Just throwing that out there. It just,
Wow.
I like how they.
That's
they
actually
try.
kind of Lovecraftian too, about
Yeah.
Look, I wouldn't be
creatures
surprised.
from other
I'm
dimensions.
surprised that no movie anything has tried to zero in on cryptozoology.
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 Yeah,
Like
yeah,
make a
that
movie
one.
about
Yeah.
somebody who hunts these things
We were talking
down.
about that
Yeah.
the other Friday. Yeah.
I'd love to see something like that, and I think that's where they're going with the Monster Dark Universe.
Yep.
They just really messed it up with the Mummy, man. Like
Horrible.
Yeah, they
they
did.
really
Terrible.
messed it up.
The
Well, they
Mummy
messed it up
scared the
with
shit out
Dracula
of me
Untold
too.
also. So
No,
They
I
can't
think
get it
that-
right.
Which was originally
They
supposed
got
to
the
be
wrong
first
people
entry.
in charge of those.
Brendan Fraser.
Hire us.
And Luke
We
Evans
are
is
down.
Brendan Fraser deserves so much work.
All right, we got rapid fire.
Rapid
boom.
fire, rapid fire.
All right,
I
so,
actually love the
all right, great white sharks have been found up freshwater river miles from the sea in Australia. So if anyone says there's no sharks in saltwater, they're fucking liars. All right, I don't know. And then that's a little confusing.
That scares me.
Rushmore best horror movie sequel. Mine would be a toss up between Nightmare on Elm Street 3 and Friday the 13th Part 4. Mine would definitely be Nightmare on Elm Street 3. Or
Wes Craven's
Child's Play
Nightmare.
2. Or Wes Craven's New Nightmare.
New Nightmare
I love
is
Wes
good.
Craven.
Child's Play 2. Child's Play 2.
Well, I like 3 better than New Nightmare, I gotta say. 3 is better than New Nightmare.
No,
So New Nightmare is right after.
New
3.
Nightmare was a fresh take, but still
I like New Nightmare more than the original. So I
actually
like
do too,
3,
because of I love
and then I
the
like New
movies.
Nightmare, and then I like 4, and then I like 1.
What's your
Yeah.
favorite
Sawtooth.
horror sequel? Sawtooth.
Sawtooth, yeah.
Okay.
That's a good one. Glorious. That is a good one.
It's really tough for me
I
to
guess you
choose
could say
between-
Aliens.
Yeah,
Oh,
Aliens. is what I
Aliens?
was just
Yeah,
about
that
to
was a
say.
good one.
But
Sorry.
since that, I'll go.
Predator 2, I
I'll
liked
go-
more than Predator 1.
In a lot of ways, I like Predator 2 as well, especially the cast. Yeah,
Oh,
I
Master
love
2?
No, I was gonna go Phantasm 2.
Damn.
I like
I was
Phantasm.
trying to guess
I
all
like
of your-
Phantasm.
your- all
I
of
like
your
Phantasm.
choices out of this.
Or you know what? I'll go Scream 2. I am
Scream
one of
2
those
is
people-
fucking fantastic.
I love the sequelized meta-ness of it and the fact that they're in film class in college and they're talking about sequels
Yes.
and how the one guy's like, no, the original Terminator's better. Ridley Scott's Alien is better because I disagree about both of those. Because
It was very.
James Cameron.
They broke a lot of fourth walls on that one.
big
Favorite
time, and the
horror
multiple killer
sequel.
thing. I mean, damn, and the fact that they spoilers, they killed Randy, and I did not see that coming, dude.
I did not see that.
Spoilers for a
coming.
20-year-old movie.
Yeah.
I know.
Lensis says, holy hell, Chiron geeks out.
Aw, dude.
Come to our shows.
Yeah.
He can. He's across the country.
Yeah.
Leatherface versus Jason, says Holly.
Oh, chainsaw versus
Ah.
machete.
Leatherface is. I think Leatherface is scarier because he's
He's-
more unpredictable,
yeah.
He's
more
not
wild.
supernatural
Well, take it-
like Michael Myers.
You
gotta
gotta
say,
no, 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 you have to take it very down to the very base things. You know, it comes down to how much healing Jason has.
Again.
If Leatherface cuts him in half with his chainsaw, does Jason get back up?
Well, I mean,
Eventually.
at this
Eventually,
point,
which
you
makes
go-
Leatherface the winner.
Yeah, and maybe he's gonna like saw all the limbs off and go crazy. Yeah, I'd probably go,
And
I'd
eat
probably go Leatherface.
I go Leatherface.
Yeah.
Yeah, Leatherface.
A
He
machete
may not have
versus a
supernatural
chainsaw?
powers.
Well, I don't know though. Jason could.
I'm
He would
behind
hit him with the
Jason.
machete, and it would take him a long time to cut through Leatherface. But if he did, that would be it for Leatherface. Leatherface is not supernatural.
That's
Yeah,
true.
exactly.
Leatherface does not have superpowers. So
He
it comes
lost an arm in a recent.
Is
one,
it
you know?
is it comes down to first strike almost? Can the machete?
No, that would be a lengthy battle.
No, I think it would be a lengthy one, but I think ultimately, Leatherface would not be able to saw Jason in half until the
All right.
end of the fight.
So here's what I'm
But
thinking.
that's how it would end.
Here's what I'm thinking. They clash at first with their melee weapons, right? And what happens is their melee weapons get taken out of contest because they get thrown to the side. So who has more brute strength? Leatherface or Jason?
That's a good
Because
question.
that comes down to grip versus grip.
That's where I'd go Leatherface.
I think Jason has more
Yeah,
brute
I'm going-
strength.
Think so?
I think
He's supernatural.
Yeah.
I think
He's
that's
supernatural.
just about as equal as you can possibly get in the
No.
horror realm.
That's pretty equal, but I
would
think
put both
Jason
of them
takes it.
strength-wise over Michael Myers.
Oh,
For sure.
but I
Yeah.
think Michael Myers has more brains than both of them.
I've never been a
Taking
I'm not too big
Jason and Michael Myers, the fastest speed walkers in the
I'm not
entire
too big on
universe.
Texas Chainsaw or the Halloween series, and they're okay.
But the question is, does Jamie Lee Curtis kill it all?
Well, we do have that sequel that's coming, which is a sequel to the.
I used to be afraid of Michael Myers, but now I eat Activia.
yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, it is fine.
All right, guys. Well, I think that's gonna do it for this this live stream / podcast.
Thanks for
We just
talking. so
recorded
much
another
music with
podcast,
us.
so it's gonna be a Chiron week here, and then next Sunday we'll be back on. This is gonna make up for the week I missed on the podcast. So thank you guys very much for watching and participating. Until next time, I've been Cecil Laird.
Gracias, I've been having fuego.
I am Matthew Higgins.
Chris Payne will make a bread.
And I'm a hollow.
And together they make up.
Yeah!
We didn't practice that. And remember,
Stay
stay
scared. And make good decisions.
Watch horror movies.
Mm-hmm.
And
Watch the block.
we